Hey guys, it's Benjamin Dane, and welcome to our 22nd episode of Struck Live. Now, today I have got I'm talking about an epic show for you. We're going to take you inside Content25. That was all of last week, and you're probably wondering why my voice is a little hoarse. It's because it was such an epic week. I mean, I'm telling you, there was so much going on. But it was incredible, and I'm going to share you some behind the scenes. I'm going to take you through content. I'm also going to take you through Capernaum Studios. So you'll be able to see where The Chosen was shot, where we shot, the trailer, so much. It's just, there's a lot, okay? So I've got to get on this. I've got to get going. But I also want to tell you guys, because we get new people all the time that are logging on, that are seeing us. And so I want to tell you a little bit about the series, and I'm going to show you the trailer, but I want you to pay close attention to the trailer, because we're going to show you where some of the trailer was shot. So pay close attention. But first, so the story of Struck, the series, is that right now we are actually pitching the series to networks. And we did a proof of concept trailer, which we're going to show in a second. We did a proof of concept, 17-minute kind of proof of concept that we were showing to also distributors. The story behind the series is this. It's there is a true story of a geologist. His name is John Morris, who was struck by God to find the legendary Ark of Noah on Mount Ararat. And we also parallel that story with the story of Noah in the Bible. And so he's struck by God, of course, to save mankind. So it's going to be really this epic adventure series. And honestly, it's kind of like a mix between Indiana Jones and House of David. I mean, it's going to be really, really dynamic. So welcome aboard. I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to play I've got all these controls right here, so excuse me for a minute. I'm going to play the trailer so you guys can see that. And then when I come back, we're going to take you through Capernaum Studios, and you're going to see some of the sets where The Chosen was shot. You're going to see where we shot some of the Struck trailers. So hold on. Here we go. Hold on to your seat.
We need to get out of the store! Maybe we should go back! No! No, we've come too far!
Well, this might be of interest to you.
The Ark, real page turner.
Just read it for me.
Dad, isn't this the type of thing that got you kicked out of Virginia Tech?
You have some strange ideas about the universe and your God.
Jehovah is God.
Ah, Noah.
And that's the goal, gentlemen. God's will.
Jehovah is going to flood the world. And I was commanded to build this ship.
This is lunacy. You know it, Noah.
Now we are going to get up on that mountain. And we're going to find the Ark.
Yes, we are.
Maybe we should go back! Get out of here! Jimmy!
John?
So when I was struck and I was lying there and I thought that I was going to die.
But
I heard God say, praise me, praise me.
Jehovah, I feel like I failed you.
I don't know what's going to happen with my MS.
John,
It's bleak.
I feel so lost.
We are not lost. We are together.
I could end up in a wheelchair in a year or so. I could get so bad that I can't provide for you or raise kids.
When I met you, I believed in you. And then because of who you are and how you are, I believed in Jehovah.
So if God has given you the grace to get this far, then he will give us the grace to make this work.
It took a lot to get here. But by God's grace, here we are.
So, guys, if it's up there and we find it,
Yeah?
what happens then?
We changed the world.
We changed the world!
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so there's a trailer. Those of you that have seen the trailer, I hope you were paying attention because this time there's going to be a test. No, actually, we're going to show you where some of those things were shot from the trailer and also some of the things that were shot from The Chosen shortly. But so we're going to show you, as I said before, we've had a few other people add on to the show here. So welcome aboard. But we're going to show you guys a little bit about Content. So Content is this massive media, faith-based media conference that happens every year in September. And it happens at Capernaum Studios. So everyone just kind of converges upon Capernaum Studio. And there's classes, there's talks, there's screenings. It really is just an incredible thing. But at the end of everything, there's an award night gala. So we're going to show you a little bit of all of that. And so some of our team members, Wes and Amanda, James Burgess, myself, and Kimberly Williams, and a few others were involved in several things. So we're going to kind of take you through some of those things and interview, as well as show you little bits and pieces of what was going on at Content. It really was a dynamic show. So I'm going to show you the next video. I'm going to show you guys is something kind of cool. It's going to take you through Capernaum Studios. So you're going to see some of those sets. So hopefully you paid attention to the trailer. Here we go.
So we're here at Capernaum Studios, and it's all set up for Content, which is this annual faith-based media conference. It's incredible. But we're right here in the First Century Village, so I want to take you through and show you a few things. This right here, actually, behind me, is where we shot the Noah scene where he sketches the ark. So come with me. All right, so it's open. But this is it. This is where we shot Noah's workshop. And so it's pretty cool, but it has that first century vibe. Yes. So this is it. So it's kind of really fun to go back and relive that moment when Noah came running in, and from the vineyard that you saw in the trailer. They're actually setting up here tonight behind me. They're gonna have some worship out here in First Century Village, so it's gonna be really cool. But if you look over there, over my shoulder, that is Matthew's tax collection booth that is in The Chosen. So as you know, The Chosen was shot here on these streets. And so it's pretty cool. You see a lot of things that are in the series when they first shot here. The first and second seasons were shot here. So yeah, you can kind of see all kinds of things going on. And this too, actually where all the chairs are at, it's kind of where there was the backdrop. As I'm walking here, you'll see it. But this is where the Volkswagen van was, and through the magic of filmmaking, we shot the climbers getting out of the van, and they're looking at Mount Ararat. So, but behind us is the Turkish village, so it doubled as a Turkish village. So it was Noah, it was the Turkish village, so it's pretty sweet. And let me walk over to, if we can, I'm gonna go walk over here, and this is where we shot Noah and Asa. This is Asa's house. Let's go see. So here we go in here, and you can see the kind of backdrop here. Now, they've got this set up for the conference, so they do some classes in here, but this is the backdrop and the setup for Asa's house. So I don't know if you recognize it, but it's kind of empty right now. We had a lot of people in here, and we had the whole set of Asa's dwellings that was all here. And then if you look over here, the door behind me was opened up. See if you can see that. But that was opened up, and you can see the pre-Antediluvian or the pre-flood world was out here. So yeah, and Noah actually walks out into the world, the city. So it was all done with effects.
Jehovah is going to flood the world. And I was commanded to build this ship. This is lunacy. You know it, Noah.
Now, through the doors, this is not the antediluvian world of Noah, but this incredible scenery here of Capernaum Studios. So behind me are other sets and timelines. There's like an American kind of colonial buildings and homes and stuff like there. There is an early American kind of 40s, 50s era back there. So they've got quite a few things going on here where you can bring film crews and shoot, but it's just a great place to have a conference because you get to see all this, and you kind of recognize certain elements from certain films or series.
So I just kind of take you through, so you kind of see some of the gardens and stuff here also at Capernaum Studios. They've got kind of like the whole story of Christ from his walk into the tomb. So you can kind of see all of that there. But yes, it is really an incredible place because they've got literally these sound stages. They also have a volume screen, which we'll probably use during the production of our series. They have all these cities and villages and all types of periods that you can shoot. So in fact, I don't know if we mention it, but there's actually a Western that's about to shoot there too. So it's very cool to kind of see all of that stuff, that what's going on. Okay, so I want to share with you some of the classes that we did. And like I said before, I taught a class with Kimberly Gale Williams, and that was a self-taping class. So I'm going to show you that next. And then Wes and Amanda, they taught actually 2 different classes on how to shoot with a green screen. And because we used a green screen quite a bit in Struck. And then they also taught a directing class. Wes taught that. And so you'll see a little bit of that in a moment. But before you do, let's I'm going to show you just a little bit of the self-taping class for actors. So
I'm here with Kimberly Gale Williams, and we just taught a class here at Content this year, Content25, on self-taping for actors. And so I want to talk a little bit about, with Kimberly, the class and what we discussed. So what do you think was the main emphasis of the class?
How to do a self-tape and not wreck it. and actually maybe book the role, or at least get a callback.
Yes.
And all the little tips and tricks and secrets that we always think about, and what not to do. I mean, there were so many things we did a real good job, I think.
There was so many things. And you know, you guys, it's so many little secrets and tips to make a self-tape great. And if you guys don't know this, a lot of actors, they have to self-tape themselves for auditions. And so this is something that constantly has to happen. And so instead of going in person for a casting, they've got to tape themselves for a casting. So they've got to know their lines, they've got to know the breakdown of the character. There's a lot of different things, but for the first time, well, not really the first time, but here lately, what's happening is that actors have to not only be an actor, but they've got to be a producer, they've got to be a camera person, a director, an editor, you know,
sound,
yes, the whole thing.
the
They've got to
whole
be a
kit
gaffer,
together.
yeah, all those things. And so there was a lot of ground that we covered actually on what to do, what not to do, how to position yourself in front of the camera, your eye lines, like where do you look when you're talking to someone, when you've got a reader there. It was really interesting, right?
But if you're feeling something, if you're really feeling something and you're really into the scene, it's going to be organic.
And how they loved that you have to create your environment.
Yeah.
And what is that environment, and you have to make it specific and then address the environment so that the person who's watching it,
Yes.
watching the tape, understands where you are. And they found that very helpful. So.
Well, because an audition really is just, you're standing in front of a camera,
Yeah.
and you've got to create
And the rest of your office that you're looking at.
yeah, your office, your bedroom, your hotel, wherever you are. And you've got to create the environment to make it believable for this character. So it's really interesting. I think you have to think like a director is getting back to all those positions, all the hats you have to wear as an actor these days. But you've got to think about a director like, how are they going to really shoot this scene? And how can I emulate it in a self-tape? So I think that was really cool, exactly what you said about that.
Like in the example, we had distinct eye lines as far as three characters in the scene, in the sides. But then they had to remember, it was in a courtroom. They had to remember there's other things going on in the courtroom. You have people that are watching. You have the jury. You have, whatever. So it was creating that environment and then just remembering all those points so that it's real, because probably on set, you know, when they're shooting it, all those things are going to be there.
Yeah, they're going to actually show those things. Of course, we can't do that in a self-tape.
No.
But what we can do is we can create, like Kimberly said, that environment, and also, you know, you can you've got to make it believable.
Right.
And that's the thing. It can't be overdone, but when you're looking over to the jury, you've got to, the casting director has got to see that in your eyes, or when you're looking at the attorney, or when you're looking at the judge, or, you know, the accused. The casting director has to see that in the actor's eye and know that they are there in the moment, in the scene, and it makes it more real. Yeah. So, yeah.
And another good point I thought that you brought it up, I think first, was listening.
Yeah.
When the other person, when the reader has a long, a paragraph, and you've got to respond, you've got to listen, because you're on tape as you're listening.
Yeah.
So you've got to look like you're actually listening to what they're actually saying.
And, you know, some of the best actors, if you watch the best actors that are on screen, you'll see them, some of the most intense moments are when they're listening to someone else talking to them, because they're so locked in and loaded. And you can see it. It's not only when you have lines, you know, it's when you're listening to your scene partner, whoever's in the scene. Yeah, that was really good. And we also covered editing, which was kind of crazy, because there's so many bits and pieces you've got to understand when you're editing your tapes. You've got to get them all together. And a lot of the casting directors, they may want more than one take per scene. And then you may have an audition where you're doing 2 or 3 scenes.
They're seeing hundreds of actors, and they don't want to watch 2 takes if they're exactly the same.
No.
You've wasted their time, and their time is precious.
But put the best take first, and that's real important.
So it gets a little complicated.
Oh, and listening to instructions, because do those 2 or 3 scenes go together?
Right.
Does the slate separate? Do we separate all those? So there were a million things to talk about.
And
we had 3 hours, but we still didn't have enough time.
Oh my gosh, the time went by so fast.
It
did.
Ben, we only have 20 minutes to do this side.
I know, it was so quick. Well, thank you guys so much. We just want to kind of give you the insider of what's going on here at Content. We're at Capernaum Studios here in the Poolville area. It's kind of northwest of Weatherford.
Yeah.
So if you guys know where Weatherford is, but it's a really great studio. They shot what?
The Chosen.
The first 2 or 3 seasons of The Chosen here in the villages, the first century villages. So it's really cool. It's very iconic. And Washington's Armor. We just talked to another producer who's here that's about to shoot a series, a Western. Yep. So there's a lot of things going on here at Capernaum Studios. So we're excited to be here, and just want to kind of give you guys a glimpse of what's going on. I really enjoyed the session, and Kimberly was fantastic. You guys, so good.
There you go. Okay, I had such a great time teaching that class. I work with a lot of actors. You're taping them for self-tapes, and there's so many just little mistakes that you can make if you're not careful, and you've just got to be careful. You've got to think about all of those things. You really do wear multiple hats when you're shooting your self-tape. So that was a fun. We had like 50 people there or so. It was a really good class, and we had the huge volume screen, so I loved all that. But now I want to take you to Wes and Amanda. So Wes and Amanda, they have, in addition to doing all they've done for Struck, they also were working on a documentary. Now, this documentary, you guys, is just incredible. And there's so much humor. There's humor in it. There's facts. It really explores the whole UFO phenomenon, but really looks at it from a Christian perspective. But so you guys really need to hear what they have to say. So let me bring them on so you can see them, and they're going to talk to you a little bit more about UFOs and God.
Here at Content25 with the amazing, the incredible Wes and Amanda Llewellyn. So how you guys doing?
Tired.
Are you?
Yes.
Why are you so tired?
We came tired. We were finishing up our other film, which is screening here this week. It's a documentary, UFOs and God.
So yeah, that's like tomorrow night, I think.
Tomorrow night.
Thursday night.
Thursday
night.
Thursday.
Yeah, okay.
Today's
Thursday. See, I'm tired too. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, today is Tuesday, so Thursday.
Okay, Thursday.
Faith look at the phenomena.
Yes.
Of what's going on.
So UFOs, there's so much going on. There's so much in the news right now with UFOs and what's happening. I mean, the government, I guess, has said that they're real and they're here and so forth. So what does this documentary do? What does it do as far as it shed new light on that?
Well, they said they're real. They have not said they're aliens. They've said they're real.
Okay.
The phenomenon is real. These things that are flying around, but what they are, they will not say. But we're trying to say they are real. They've been here since the beginning of time, pretty much.
Right.
And they are not our friends.
No.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you guys are gonna have to wait.
Yeah,
to
they play for the B team. They don't play.
They do.
They don't play for the A team.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Well, it's good. I mean, the church needs to realize what this fight is and what these beings are, and because we all have questions.
The mistake that's made is that they're not the church. A lot of the church believe, well, they're not real.
Right.
No, they're real. They're just not from another planet.
Sure.
Right. Even the congressional testimony has been that they are not extraterrestrial. They are interdimensional beings.
Oh, wow.
And they seem to have a spiritual nature.
Oh. Well, there you go. Well, I've seen it. I haven't seen the completed version, but I have seen it. And you guys, it really is good. It just sheds new light. And the people that you guys talk to, I mean, it's not just scientists and there's a pilot, I think, that you guys talk to, but it's church leaders, it's people that are in the know, but also people that want to know.
Yeah.
Yes, I think we were really very fortunate in that we were able to talk to astrophysicists, we've talked to scientists, we've talked to researchers, we've talked to former service personnel, and we talked to a couple of experiencers. So I think it gives you a really good snapshot of exactly what the phenomenon is and who the players are within the context of that phenomenon.
Right.
So I wish in some ways that we had made 3 movies in some ways, just because there's so much information.
Yeah.
So this is a really, we had to pick and choose, and this is a really good overview or a primer, or it gives you enough information so that you can start to have a conversation.
This is not like
it.
the films you can go on Amazon Prime and watch. This is different.
This is very different.
It's very different than anything that's out
and
there.
And it also includes a lot of personal testimony. So I think that alone makes it a lot different. It's not just talking heads.
Sure. That there's some special effects. I mean, some of the locations you guys shot at. It really is good. So you guys definitely need to see it when it comes out. Make sure you put it on your calendar when you hear about it. It is called UFOs and God.
Easy to remember.
So make sure you look for it.
Yes. Wow. Okay, so they did a screening at Capernaum, and the audience just loved it. So we're going to show you that in a second. But let me just give a shout out to who I see on. We've got Amanda Llewellyn that was just actually interviewed there. You saw her. She's on. So, hey, Amanda. We've also got Catherine Franco. So Catherine played my wife, Alora, Noah's wife. In our Struck proof of concept. So she's on. Hey, Catherine, it's great to see you on. And she just said that she just was shooting there the other day. So Capernaum is a busy place. I mean, there's like lots of stuff going on. And of course, we also, it looks like Amanda just said, and Wes. So, hey, Wes, you just saw Wes there as well. Wes is our director. And we're going to show you some clips just real quickly of the screening the other night of UFOs and God. So stay tuned, Wes and Amanda, because this is not the only time I've interviewed them. They're going to be on again. So so that's going to be great. But let's see, we've got so much ground to cover. So I want to get to the next interview that I had. So James Burgess is our incredible director of photographer, the director of photography. He is our director of photographer. Well, I'm not saying it right. He's our cinematographer, but he is the director of photography. But our cinematographer. So I think I got it right now. Okay. But he is such a talent. And he also taught a 6-hour class, you guys, on cinematography. So I had a chance to talk to him after the class, and here we go.
Hey guys, it's Benjamin Dane, and we are here on the set with James Burgess. I was going to say James Cameron, but you're not quite James Cameron.
Not quite.
No. You kind of look like him, though, in a way.
Yeah, I've actually had people tell me that. His face is a little thinner than mine.
Another James. We are here. Actually, behind us is the First Century Village where they shot The Chosen for the first couple of seasons. So we're here at Capernaum Studios doing content. And I wanted to talk to James. Really, as you guys know, James is the DP, director of photography for Struck. But he also has worked on numerous amounts of projects, many projects. And he is here teaching a class on cinematography. So what did you guys discuss in your class today?
What did we discuss? Well, I have a Bachelor of Science degree in cinema. So what I basically did was take the first 2 years of my study and compress it down into 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
Which, can be done.
Kind of rough.
Kind of fast, rapid. What I do is I talk about the language of cinema, which was really developed in the film era, and now we carry it over into the digital era.
Right.
So it's the 5 major aesthetics that determine a cinematic shot, basically. So it's things like framing, composition, blocking, movement, lighting, and how all of those play into creating an image that people are attracted to and want to watch. And
well, I was in there and I saw that there's this incredible like monster crane camera thing that kind of resembles a gimbal but isn't, and it does all these amazing moves.
Yes.
Tell us about that. That was pretty incredible.
So my friend that lives here in the Metroplex, Bobby Hester, he purchased a Technocrane 22. The 22 is the length of the crane at its maximum extension. So it'll shrink down to 11 and expand out to 22, and the bugs.
Yeah, the crazy bugs.
But what's so cool about this, there's always been some type of crane used in motion picture production or television production.
Yeah.
You know, the jib is probably the most recognized name for a crane. But this is called a Technocrane, and actually it's a Technocrane 22 Plus. So it has a computer as part of its system. So you can predetermine spots where you want the camera to be. So like if the arm were to start at 11, so that would be the A point, and extend to 22, that would be the B point.
Wow.
But what's happening is the crane is, or the camera on the end of the crane is getting closer to the talent. So normally you would have a first AC on your camera adjusting the focus as the camera's getting closer, or the camera's getting closer, depending on which one is moving. So you can preset the start and end of the crane extension or retraction, and then you can set the start and end of the focus track. So as the crane is moving, it's also doing the rack focus for you. Keep the subject in focus the whole time that the crane is extending. Not only that, you can preset the start and stop of a zoom. So you could be extending and zooming at the same time. And because you've locked this into the memory, it's going to zoom the lens to start when you want it to and end when you want it to. Wow. It's amazing. The other thing it'll do, I mean, this crane is fantastic. You know, when you think about a crane moving, it's a fixed length of an arm, usually. But since this thing extends the tracks, you can start at A position. And, you know, if it were a regular crane, you'd get an arc in the movement. It would get closer and then further away. So what this thing will do, it'll start here, and it will retract as it moves across, and then extend as it gets here. So it's actually moving the camera in a straight linear line. Wow. The same thing as you would do if you had a dolly and you had a lay track to get a straight line dolly move. This thing does that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So it's really, I mean, those are things that took several moves, right? Normally. And then now it's all in one machine that's able to get the moves, the combining several shots really, or several camera moves that you couldn't do before.
Right.
So, which is incredible. And I mean, technology has improved so much, and we're seeing so much with AI and a lot of the digital capabilities of adding things. I mean, people don't realize that it's not real, but you know, also said in Wes's green screen, and you know, he's adding people that are not there and doing these really just amazing things that I don't think were possible, you know, a couple of years ago.
Well, you know, when I started, it was only film.
Yeah.
So all these things that we sort of take for granted today involve multiple steps.
Yeah.
Whereas today, it's basically like, hey, let's do this, program it and do it. And
yeah, just do it. Yeah. Well, tell me, you know, what I find fascinating is lighting. I love lighting, how you can set a mood with just the lights. You know, and I know, because I've shot with you several times, lighting is it's such a great effect, and you're so good at it. I've seen you, I've watched you, and you're very particular about your light. But it really does set a mood. It can be a very moody, gritty, or it could be a very romantic, you know, shot, and the lighting says so much. So talk about lighting a little bit.
Well, lighting is really my paintbrush. So I'm creating highlights and shadows and everything in between. And there's a character to the light. It's either going to be very soft or very harsh and spectral. It may change color. So,
right.
You know, as the sun starts in the east and moves to the west, it actually changes color. Not that the sun changes color, but because of the distance it's traveling through the atmosphere, certain wavelengths are being absorbed. So it's the same thing. We don't really notice it that much, but I try to do the same thing when I'm lighting a scene. I have to know, is the scene taking place in the morning, midday, or evening? And so that infects my decision as to what color temperature I should be using on my lights to convince the audience that it's actually taking place
Yeah.
at 8 p.m. instead
Right,
of 8 a.m.
right.
Because we may be shooting at 8 a.m. and in the
Sure.
story time, it's actually 8 p.m., you know?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, and it's independent on if you're shooting on location, where you're shooting an exterior, or I've watched you diffuse the sunlight as well. You know, if the lighting's too harsh from the sun, you've got to diffuse it a little bit for the camera. But yeah, lighting is really just amazing. But I was also watching today, he was discussing really about how to do different shots, from either having the camera very low or having the camera high. And remember that when we shot Beyond the Farthest Star and how you guys were up so high and shooting down at the car. And, you know, it's really, I didn't even think about this, but the shadow of the trees were so important.
On the street, on the pavement.
Yeah.
It just gave it a really eerie, it's almost like fingers reaching in over the top of that shot. Yeah.
Yes, and you did a similar shot when I was playing the deputy, and I found the body, discovered the body, and there was this kind of upper shot that you shot, kind of a distant overview shot of the whole scene. It was kind of the master shot, but you see the cop coming out of the car, and with the lights of the cop car on, you know.
And the headlights were actually illuminating the shot.
Yes,
I mean, you were walking through the beam, and
yeah, it just created this really cool mood, you know. But lighting is, I think, so neat and so well. It defines that mood and everything you watch. But this guy's a master at it. He really is. Well, James, tell us anything else. What's going on with Struck?
I wish I knew. It's been a while.
We're working as you speak. You know, we're trying to get it out there.
You guys are working on the foundation of it all.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing happens without that foundation being funded and started, ignited.
Yes.
I mean, sure, we have scripts, but scripts are no good unless you've got executive producers who are going to come on and fund the show.
Yes.
And then hire all the people it takes to make it.
Yes. And we were actually standing right in front. I believe it's that door right there. That door
Where you ran
behind
in
us.
to
Yes.
your shop?
It was Noah's
And saw the vision
workroom.
of what
Yes.
eventually was going to become the Ark.
It's where I drew the Ark for the first time after receiving the vision from God.
Are you going to cut away and show that in this?
I don't know.
Oh, you should,
We'll see.
so they can
I'll probably
understand.
play the trailer so they can see the trailer.
Okay. All right, yeah.
But when you see me sketching, that was
In that
shot
room right over there.
right over there, you know, right behind us. So it's kind of cool that we're here again and we're doing this interview. But thanks for joining, you guys. We appreciate it, and stay tuned for more incredible developments as they develop, and we'll let you know. Okay.
I'll see you on set someday.
Yeah, this guy here. What are you working on next, though, by the way?
A couple things, but I can't talk about
Oh, you can't talk about them.
You know, you always have to sign these little pieces of paper.
You know,
Do
you
not
could,
disclose.
I won't say anything. I won't say anything about your
No,
project.
but that thing will.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to say anything, right? You guys are going to say anything.
Keep it secret. Well, yeah, there is one I can talk about.
Okay, good,
Kind of.
good.
It's a action adventure film.
Nice.
You familiar with the TV show Reacher?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be sort of like Reacher, but
Oh,
without
cool.
the sex and the language.
Oh, nice.
Something clean enough for us
Is
to
it
watch.
faith oriented or
Yes, there
just
will be
family?
A very strong element of faith.
Nice. Okay. Well, can you tell us the title yet?
I don't know. It's
Well-
called Breaker.
Breaker.
It's,
All right.
it's about networks.
Oh.
And how the world is connected.
Nice.
And this guy decides he has the gift to break those breakers. Or break those networks.
Yes.
And
Sounds interesting.
Find freedom.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned, you guys, because anything James is involved with, it's just going to be, I know it's going to be incredible. So stay tuned for more information, and we'll let you know as it develops too.
Wow. Okay. So you heard it first right here on Struck Live about that new project James is working on. There's several things in the works, you guys. You know, it's so wonderful to go to content because you meet great people that are doing fantastic work, and it's such a fertile ground for new activity and creativity. It's just really wonderful. Well, as you saw us in that last episode, we're swatting away the flies and the mosquitoes, And yeah, you'll see that. There were a lot of mosquitoes and flies. So we're kind of battling as we were trying to get the interviews on tape. But I want to show you something really cool. This is a new development for Capernaum Studios. And I don't know, I mean, they've kind of announced it, but I don't know if anyone's taken you through the construction. But check this out, because you guys may be some of the first people to know about this. But this is one of the new developments at Capernaum Studio.
So one of the most exciting developments at Capernaum Studios is the new Capernaum theme park that's being developed here. So this particular ride or attraction is going to take you through the woods and into the land of the giants in Noah's day. So I am extremely happy about that they're doing this ride, but it's actually going to be a boat ride that's going to take you through, and you can see some of the rocks and everything here that they're building, the towers. But how cool is this? They're actually developing an entire theme park here at Capernaum next to the studios. So I'm pretty excited about this. So as you can see, I'm surrounded by rocks, and this is all in the process. The towers here that you see up here, wow, just incredible. But this is actually going to be, like I said, a boat ride that's going to take you through the trees and down into the valley there. It's going to be amazing. So stay tuned for more developments, but I thought I would share this with you since I'm here.
Yes. Yeah, it's really cool. They're going to have like a tribulation train where it takes you through the apocalypse. That ride that you saw there, that attraction, is going to take you to the land of the giants in Noah's time. That's going to be cool. And they're doing some other things. I think the plagues of Egypt. I mean, just crazy stuff. So it's going to be exciting. And I'm thrilled that Tammy Lane's doing this. And they're going to have this faith-based, biblical-based theme park with all these great attractions. So it's going to be really fun for the families to go there. And, you know, it really is the natural way of growth for Capernaum Studios. They're shooting all these films there. I mean, why not? It's kind of like your Universal for Christians. So it's kind of cool. All right. So, yeah, let me, I've got several other videos, you guys, so we got to keep moving. We talked to Wes and Amanda about their classes and what they taught. And so I want to bring you them as well. And they taught 2 classes, again, on directing and shooting in front of the green screen. So let me let you hear what they have to say about that. And the thing about it is, though, there were lots of mosquitoes. And poor Amanda, I think she was getting eaten up. So here is.
We are back with Wes and Amanda, and I want to talk about your classes, because you did 2 classes, one on shooting on the green screen and then also one shooting and directing. So
pre-production.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything you need to know before you get on set as a director. So
Or actually right up to the time cameras roll. We went through picking a script, finding a script you want.
We could tell another dozen stories like that. It's like God is your best friend. Don't you know? He will come through.
sorry.
Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. There's mosquitoes here.
How to follow.
It's Texas.
How to develop.
They're big.
How to develop passion for a project if it's not yours. And we talked about breaking it down and storyboarding and blocking. We even went through a little blocking demonstration.
Some blocking. Took the students out onto the back lot here at Capernaum Studios.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And did a little blocking for a scene. So
that's really cool. It's really important. I think that when you're doing stage, you do a lot of blocking as an actor, and a lot of times people don't realize you've got to do the same.
Just as much.
In film.
Just as much.
So that's kind of cool. So you took the actors through that
well, we just had volunteers from the class.
Volunteers from the class.
Most everybody wants is a director or want to be director.
Yeah.
That we have
well,
in the class.
but that's good because those people need to understand that as a director.
Yes.
And when we were shooting Struck, that was a lot. I mean, we kind of ran through the scenes. We needed to know where we're going to be for camera markings, and so that the camera can record the dialogue properly.
Yep.
So blocking is a very important thing. So what else did you guys discuss in the director's class?
Well, a lot of it, the first thing that we wanted to discuss, especially for this particular group, is that you have to prepare yourself.
That's something you do before the film, but you do every day on the set. And I talked about, as a director, there's so much pressure, so much stress, but you can't walk onto the set with that stress.
No,
no,
you have to.
You have to. I guess say you have to empty yourself, and the only way to empty yourself for me is to give it up to God.
Yeah,
and
good.
it's a matter of going to my knees and just praying.
Yes.
And we try to give things, but it's here, God, here, take it. And, we want to hold on to it because it's part of our emotion.
And the flesh steps in, and the flesh wants to control everything. So
lots of fun.
So it's that prayer until you can really empty and just give it all to God.
I don't know if you guys can see, but right behind us is one of the locations that we shot.
Yeah.
So it was
inside
the Noah and Asa scene at Noah's house, and so that's behind us here. These doors actually looked out onto the antediluvian world.
It was Asa's office.
Oh, what did I say?
Noah's house.
Oh, it wasn't Noah's house. Noah's house is down the road. But
this was Asa's office.
Yeah.
And so Noah is talking to Asa about buying some really large timbers for interior supports for the ark. And Asa doesn't want to sell them because his daughter is marrying Shem, Noah's son, and he doesn't want crazy people in the family.
And Noah's a little cray-cray as far as Asa is concerned.
He's a man driven and obsessed by the mission that God had given him. So
yes. Well, and that leads into your next class, the green screen, because right behind us was Asa's house, and through those double doors that you see back there, if you can kind of see it, those double doors back there. It opened up into the pre-flood world.
Yes.
And so that was all done with effects and green screens.
Yeah, there was a green screen that was placed outside of the door, and they keyed off of that, and then they started doing the visual effects for the town that was right outside of the door. So
what I found fascinating in your class is how you were showing clips of how it ended up, but the scenes from UFOs and God, and where you're talking on camera, and you had to put in the people in the coffee shop.
Because by the time we shot, it was empty.
Yeah, I know. We were like, we thought we were going to have some morning rush. No,
there wasn't much rush.
No, there was no one there.
So they digitally placed these people into the coffee shop, and so it was like a green screen on top of a green screen with these people that you're putting in.
Well, a green screen, basically what you do is you open up what is called an alpha channel, which means
you turn the green or blue or whatever the screen is into what we call an alpha channel, or is a transparent channel.
So, yeah.
And so there's so many technologies advanced so much now that you can actually go in and I could have this picture and I could click on me and it would outline me in the image.
Right. Just amazing.
Just me.
So there's a lot more of that going on in filmmaking that I think people really understand initially. So if you need to add something, or you need to extend a set, or you need, certain kinds of elements that you wouldn't get ordinarily, then you're able to do that with a visual effect. And a lot of times it does involve green screen, or at least compositing, which is what you do when you have green screen. So you put all these images
explains
together.
it better than I do. I sit there, I'm the one that sits there.
She's really good. You do the work, she does the explaining. I like that dynamic. It's good.
Writer.
Well, that's what makes you guys so good at what you do. I mean,
I'm his interpreter.
Well, listen, this has been great. And you guys, if you haven't been out to Capernaum Studios to see it, you should. This is where the first couple of seasons of
Yeah.
The Chosen was
Yeah,
shot,
many
and
scenes shot right here on these
right
sets.
here, and we shot Struck here as well, some portions of it, and like I said, the Aces home is right behind us, so it's kind of like old home week because we're here at Aces home.
There you go. So you're kind of getting a full, 360 perspective, so to speak. You saw the back there of the temple area. They call it the temple at Capernaum Studios, but that's where we shot Ace's office and his home. And so you kind of get to see all that. But did you see the mosquitoes? They're so bad. They're so bad in Texas right now. And they're big. They're just really, really big. But anyway, yes, Amanda says massive silliness going on there. Yeah, for sure. Well, so it was a busy week, you guys. It really was busy. And what was so cool is that during the week, they've got a lot of young filmmakers. It's not just projects that are done or projects that are receiving awards. It's also they take these young filmmakers and they give them a project, an assignment, and they've got 60 hours to complete it. So one of the great honors that I had when I was there at Content this week is that I was cast into one of those short films. So here is a little bit about that. So
Hey guys, here we are at Capernaum, and I've got some great news. This is Kian, this is Ethan, and their short film just won Best Short Film. Is that what it is?
Number one.
Okay, all right. So it's like they went have a student competition, and what happens is that they bring in actors that are here, and they've got like hours to like write it, produce it, shoot it, edit it. It's crazy. So it's all got to be done in like, what, 3 days?
60 hours. 60 hours.
60 hours, you guys. So they produced this. They asked me to be involved. So John Goad and myself are in it. And
amazing.
they won. They won the best. So what was the title?
Best. It was just winner. Just the number. The winner out of the everything. So best overall.
Best overall. Okay. Well, so there you go. So how was it like, you guys, doing it? So tell me your roles in the film. I mean, what you guys were responsible for, and then tell me a little bit about what you did.
So I was the DP, and Jonathan was the director. He's not here. He had to leave. So I was making sure all the lighting looked good.
Nice. And Ethan?
So I was the producer / help out with everything. I made sure that him and the other guy we made it with, and actually there's one more, he was the editor / the professional. He really helped out so much. Thank you, Alec. But I made sure they stopped fighting and everything was on time.
They did an amazing job, you guys. I was very impressed, and it was fun working with these guys. So congrats, you guys. This is incredible.
These kids are so talented and so young. It's just as amazing. They shot the whole thing on cell phones, on iPhones, I believe, but it was really good. They did such a great job. And I was so impressed with, just kind of working with them because they're fresh, they're new, they've got great ideas. I wish I could show you a little piece of the film, but we couldn't do that. But yes, it was so good though. I was just so impressed with them and the talent. I think there were 6 different projects. And so they each had a group that did one project. So it was really cool. I didn't get the chance to see all of them, but I did get a chance to see what Kian, Jonathan, and Ethan did, and Alec. And oh my gosh, it was so good. And I was so privileged to join them in that work together with also John Goad. If you guys don't know John, he is a tremendous actor. So we've always wanted to work together. So we got to work together on this student film. So it was just fantastic. But okay, well, we still got a lot. We're probably going to go a little over time because I've got a few more things to share with you guys. I'm going to share with you what happened when we screened when Capernaum and Content screened UFOs and God. This is Amanda and Wes's new documentary. So check this out. Okay, we have no sound. I'm not sure what happened there, but check it out. This is when the film starts, and I'm not sure what happened to the sound, you guys, but yeah, just a tremendous, oh my gosh, and everyone was just so impressed. And we had a question and answer afterwards. So that's Wes and Amanda up on stage. Yeah, just tremendous. And actually, Amanda asked, do you guys think this should be a theatrical piece? And everyone just did a round of applause. I mean, it was just so cool. So cool. So it was really great, really great. And then we had the red carpet afterwards. So we did a lot of, actually Kim Blaquet was there, and they did quite a bit of question and answer there on the red carpet, and just really, you know, they asked the audience questions, and the audience was just enthralled and thrilled. It's really wonderful, you guys. It has a mix of reality and a little bit of humor in it. When you're talking about UFOs, I think you have to have a little bit of humor. But Wes and Amanda do a tremendous, tremendous job on the documentary. So when you get a chance, make sure you check out UFOs and God. And now, I've got just a couple of other things I've got to share, because we're going to talk about the award night gala. And there were some amazing things that happened. And I want to share that with you. So what we have to do here is I'm going to have to bring the file up. So hold on 1 second and let me do that really quick. This is, you got to see this. This is just amazing. Everything that happens is pretty cool. So hold on, here we go.
This is the last night. We've been here doing like a ton of classes and interviews and talking with folks, but this is it. This is the last night. So it's going to be fun, I think, with the awards that are given. And I don't know, what's for dinner?
It's usually brisket or something.
Chicken something.
Chicken
or brisket, or
I think it's
as long
brisket.
as there's no pig. I don't do pig.
No, okay.
So,
No pigs.
But no, this is going to be fun, you guys. So how did it go last night? So last night we had the screening of UFOs and God here in this auditorium. And man, the crowd went crazy. They loved it.
They did. Yeah, they really did love it. We were not expecting a standing ovation. We got one. It was really great. We had so many people come up to us today and were saying, "I didn't know where you were going to go with it at first, and I wasn't sure what you were going to say." And then at the end of it, they were like, "You really did a nice job delivering the message and letting people know how much Jesus loves them."
So good. I was talking to. Well, I saw it. This is my second time to see it, but it's even better, you guys, than the first time I saw it. But what were people saying about it? I mean, because as Kim said, you guys had some great interviews.
We had one gentleman. He said, "I don't like documentaries, but I love this film."
Nice.
Yeah.
So
we got a lot of that. We got a lot of. I normally am not a documentary person. But this isn't like any other documentary.
Or I like documentaries, but this was definitely different.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying how different it was. And most people said, you know, documentaries, a lot of times there are a lot of facts and things like that. He said, but you actually told a story. And I think that's one thing that people really liked about it.
It was really good, you guys. Wes, you did a tremendous job. Tremendous job hosting it. And then this one here. I mean, you guys, I don't want to give it away.
Posting. I'm sorry.
Hosting.
Oh, hosting.
Yes.
Yeah, but she did help. And
we were co-directors.
You guys have got to see it, because she reveals something that I had no idea. Now that I know this about Amanda, you know, I mean, I have a completely different viewpoint of who you are and what you've gone through in your life. I mean, just really, you guys. I don't want to give it away.
Don't give it away.
You got to see
Don't
it, you
give it
guys.
away.
You really do. But so we're going to continue on. We'll try to get some more clips and stuff from tonight so you guys can see what happens.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So we've got a couple more clips to show you guys. There was a huge surprise I wasn't expecting that happened Friday night at the awards gala. So I'm going to share that with you guys. But this next clip, let me pull it up for you really quick. I'm having to talk and I'm having to pull up all the files here. So hold on one second. But this is really cool because I'm going to show you some of the awards, some of the things that were going on at the award night gala. It's pretty cool because one of our favorite actors, Todd Terry, wins Best Actor for Disciples in the Moonlight. So you'll see that, and pay close attention to the comedian Leland. You'll see him on some of the clips here in a moment because that's going to play out a little, kind of more of a surprise a little bit later. So hold on, here's that.
We're here at Content, and this is the night. This is the awards night. So I'm going to go get some food because I hear it's amazing. I'm going to get a plate, sit down, and find out what happens. Okay, let's go.
Well, you gotta keep asking that. You gotta have something anyway. Thanks for
asking. It was in 350 theaters last year, and people seem to like it. But here's the thing. Yeah, every time I make fun of myself for like an hour straight up here, and you guys still think I'm worse than I am. And this week was no different. Yesterday, some lady was like, "So are both your hands that big?" What? How much of a freak do you think I am? No, just the right one.
A Game of Redemption, Jacob Johnson Hayward. From History to Hope, Season 2, Revelation's Battle Plans.
Here is Disciples in the Moonlight, Todd Terry as Jim.
One of the greatest things that I've gotten to do in my career so far is not only act opposite Todd Terry, but to get able to get to direct him in this film, and he is a treasure. Love that
Thank you.
Todd actually won Best Actor for Disciples in the Moonlight. So if you haven't seen that film, I want to say it's going to be on Angels, so you can catch it there. Also, let me just say this is pretty cool, is that you can watch the entire award night. It's going to be televised on CTN on November the 8th. So check that out, look that up. And the whole award night gala is going to be televised. So check that out. Okay, so now the surprise that you've been waiting for. So what happened was, and this I guess often happens, this probably won't be in the televised version. I'm not sure, but so what happens oftentimes in any kind of live show, there's technical difficulties. So you'll see what happens here. It's a surprise because I had no idea. I wasn't expecting it, but that's why this week really was dynamic and out of this world, really, all the stuff that was going on. But you'll see what happens when there's a slight faux pas in the technicalities, and they're looking for Leland, who's the comedian that you just saw. And he's nowhere to be found. So check this out.
Cool. We do. Leland, where are you at, Leland? Leland, we got time, brother. Where are you at? Did you go hide on us? Every time I get on this stage and I call for somebody, they have left the building. You know what I'm saying? They've left it. Ben, come on up. Talk to us about Struck. Yeah, come on.
Wow. Okay. Hi, guys. I didn't know I was going to be up here. Okay, Struck. It's the true story
of John Morris, a geologist who was struck by God to find the Ark of Noah. We parallel that story with the biblical story of Noah. So it is a epic adventure series. We're right now shopping it. We are pitching it to networks, and we're very excited about it. We've got some great, Todd Terry actually is part of the cast, and Cameron Arnett, who knows Cameron, is part of the cast. So it's really great, and we've got Amanda and Wes Llewellyn over here. You guys may have seen their documentary last night, UFOs and God. They are our writers, directors, incredible team, producers, everything else. But yeah, we are very excited about Struck. And if you want more information, just go to strucktheseries.com and support us. Because like everyone else here, we're filmmakers. We want to flood the world with truth, with a Noah story, the true Noah story, not the one with the rock monsters and the crazy guy that's trying to kill his family on the ark. Not that one. No, the real story of Noah. So thanks, guys. We appreciate you. God bless.
Yeah. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben. Did anybody find? Oh, we're good. All right. All right. That's wonderful. Best leading actor.
So yes, that was a surprise. I had no idea they were going to call me up. So as Amanda says, in season and out of season. So yes. Also, so if you guys really want to see Struck out there, if you'll look up here, there's a QR code that will take you directly to a donation page. If you donate to make Struck happen, you can make it happen. You guys have the power to do it. So if you want to see an epic adventure series that just brings the Bible to life with the flood story, the epic kind of, I guess, Indiana Jones story of John Morris and his search for the ark, if you want to see something like that, donate. Help us get it on the screens. We really appreciate that if you can. But that's it for me. We've already gone over 7 minutes, I think now. But listen, join us next month for a new, and we'll have some other interview or something, I promise. We don't know yet what that's going to be, but join us live next time. And we appreciate you guys so much. Oh my gosh, it is a joy to come to you guys every month with something about Struck. And make sure you go to the website, strucktheseries.com, become a Lightning Club member as well. That way you can get informed. Every latest detail, what's going on with the series, you'll know about. And also, we also have like, hey, we also have some great Struck gear there. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. T-shirts, mugs, hats, embroidered things. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. And the proceeds also help us get Struck off the ground. So that really helps us. So if Christmas gifts, you guys, Christmas is really, honestly, it's around the corner. But if you want to give a gift to someone, you can give a Struck by God t-shirt, for example, and it's going to bless them. And also it helps us. So it's a win-win. All right, you guys. Thanks so much. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.